If you're a diehard Raider fan looking for nonstop coverage around the silver and black, if you miss partying in Oakland, tailgate styles, then this is the YouTube channel for you. Not only do we keep you guys up to date, not only do we go live yesterday for the Derek Carr news, we also partied and we had a good time. So hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, that way you don't miss a thing. Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and coming up here on today's show, I am going to tell you why I believe the Derek Carr contract extension is the best contract, the most team-friendly contract in NFL history. I know when the news came out yesterday, I had my opinions about the deal, but after looking at it, and I'm going to be breaking down this thing every single year because I'm telling you right now, you are going to lose your mind when you see and hear how team-friendly this deal is. So the deal that ended up going down was this. 3 years, $121.5 million deal, which is an average of 40.5. Then you tack on the additional year that he had. So essentially, you were looking at $35.5 million for Derek Carr. And the 40.5, that made him the highest or fifth highest paid quarterback in the National Football League, but only $24.9 million in guarantees. So I know one of the graphics that I put out there on social media yesterday, which is this graphic right here, and a lot of people were like, oh, this is sort of misleading. It's not. It's just based off of the new contract. So Aaron Rodgers, when he got his new deal, made $50.27. Deshaun Watson, Mahomes, Josh Allen, if you look at just the new deal and new deal alone, Derek Carr is the fifth highest paid quarterback. It's how Spotrac, it's how Over the Cap does it as well. And a lot of people were upset because when you look at DC's numbers from last season, 68.4% completion percentage is good. The yards is good. It's a career high for him. Broke the Raiders' single-season record. But 23 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, 5 fumbles, so 19 total turnovers, is really not good production considering the fact of the money. And when you go back and you hop into your time portal, the last time that the Raiders gave Derek Carr a contract, which was 5 years, $125 million, which doesn't seem like a lot of money, but at that time, it was the highest paid player in the National Football League, and when you're paid that type of money, you're expected to carry the team. I think we would all agree, Derek did not do that. The Raiders didn't win any playoff games. So I know when the new deal went down, a lot of people were worried because, like, all right, in 2015, 2016, Carr played really well. Why? He had a lot more talent around him. Then Raiders gave him a fat old contract, and from 2017 to even what you saw in 2021, the numbers were not all that great. Now, sure, the numbers don't tell everything. And I've also said on this show before that I could make the argument since 2014, when you look at draft picks, when you look at the trades, when you look at a lot of the free agency moves that this Raiders team has done. On top of that, all the different head coaches, all the different offensive coordinators, the pieces that weren't there for DC. I don't know if anybody's had more of an uphill battle than Carr. But you know what? Carr's always stood by and made sure that everyone knows that he wanted to be a Raider. So let me go down in the comments section right now, and I want every single person that comes across this video to go ahead and get your votes in. And you know what? I'm actually going to make it the pinned comment on today's show. So let me hear it. Grade the Derek Carr contract A, B, C, D, or F. Carr's contract is an A+. Wait, Mitch. Yesterday, you said you gave it a C grade, and then the fact that he has Devontae Adams, it's a B+. Now that I just saw the entire contract details, which you guys are going to see, this is the most team-friendly deal at the quarterback position that I have ever seen. And it's actually mind-blowing, and it just goes back to when everyone back a few days ago was like, oh, I hope DC, takes a team-friendly deal. And he stayed true to his word. And sure, when you look at the 3 years, 121.5, it's a big number and it scares you. But when you really get into the inside look, which is what's going to be coming up here, the inside look of Carr's contract on a year-by-year basis, plus the fully guaranteed money, I'm going to sit up here and I'm going to continue to preach that this is the most team-friendly deal that I have literally ever seen. It's actually crazy to me. So we're going to be talking about all that. We're going to be breaking it down, and I do want to show some love to DC because he said he'd be willing to take a team-friendly deal. And he absolutely did that. So major shout out to him. So let's now look at Carr's cap hit, and this is by year. In 2022, his cap hit is going to be $19.35 million with what you see right there at $17.38 million in guaranteed money. What I want you to look at, though, in 2023, he's going to make 34.88. 2024, 43.88. 2025, 43.18. The key numbers, though, $0 million guaranteed, $0 million guaranteed, $0 million guaranteed. So hypothetically speaking, if Derek can ball out, and I'm hoping that he does with Devontae, he's going to make $35.32 million. But here's the thing that I'm going to show you again one more time. The highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL. Take a mental note. Rodgers, Watson, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and then Derek Carr. What I now want you to look at is all of their contracts and then in terms of per year, and then I want you to look at the fully guaranteed money. Aaron Rodgers on his new contract, the fully guaranteed money was $101.42 million. Deshaun Watson's contract was fully guaranteed at $230 million. Doesn't matter if whatever. That's how much he gets. Patrick Mahomes, that's why I actually like the deal a lot, was $63.08. Josh Allen at $100 million fully guaranteed. Look at Derek Carr's number, $24.90 million. So, I saw this and I was like, holy crap, this is an absolute steal. If you want to know how many quarterbacks make more fully guaranteed money than Derek Carr, the answer is 24. So you know what? We're going to go through and look at all 24 quarterbacks that make more fully guaranteed money than DC. And you can tell me what you think about some of these guys. I'll take DC over Matt Ryan. I'll take DC over Carson Wentz. I'll take DC over Ryan Tannehill. And we're going to continue to show you the other 14 players. But first, I do also want you to go ahead and give us a follow on Rumble. Free and uncensored content. We did a Raiders After Hours show on Tuesday. It got wild. People were paying me to drop the F-bomb. But you know what? We can do that stuff over there. And if you're looking to just support the show, it's at the link that you see below, rumble.com/Raiders Report. On top of that, if you're a podcast listener, I love YouTube, obviously. However, I understand if you minimize your screen on YouTube, the video stops. If you minimize your screen over on Rumble, the show keeps playing in the background like a podcast. So if you like that thing, if you like that style of listening for a show, it's rumble.com/Raiders Report. All right, let's keep on looking at some of these quarterbacks that get more fully guaranteed money than Derek Carr. Jared Goff, Jimmy Garoppolo, and you're going to see some of these younger players like Zach Wilson. Obviously, they're rookies and they get a lot of money, but still, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Trevor Lawrence, and this whole graphic is about to totally change because when Joe Burrow gets his new deal, it's going to be insane. Kyler Murray, when he gets his new deal, it's going to be insane. Kirk Cousins got $35 million, but that's 1 year fully guaranteed. Baker Mayfield, let's be real, y'all, $32.69. Tua Tagovailoa at $30.28. And one of the things that people always said was, well, why can't Derek Carr take a team-friendly deal like Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady's always taking team-friendly deals. Well, how about this? More fully guaranteed money than DC. Tom Brady will make more fully guaranteed money than Derek Carr. So for everyone out there why can't DC do what Tom Brady did? And that's what people always say. Why can't NFL players do what Tom Brady did? Well, the biggest reason is not many other NFL players' wives make money. Tom brings in a lot of money. But guess what? Gisele's probably making more than Tom, so he could take team-friendly deals. He's not hurting for the money. But the bottom line is this. The fact that Derek Carr is 25th in the NFL in the most fully guarantees, 24 more quarterbacks are making more. And I always say this. I do not like guaranteed contracts. I don't, because hypothetically speaking, player can put his foot up on the table and he could just relax and it doesn't matter. What I like here is this. Derek is not only betting on himself, Derek is betting on the Raiders. That's why he took the deal that he did. And I have the utmost respect for Derek Carr. I know we talked a lot about him in the offseason, trades, this or that. Hopefully that he wouldn't take a big-time deal. This contract shows y'all that he bleeds silver and black and he wants to be here. So what I want you guys to do right now is go down in the comments section and spam DC4. Whether you don't like Derek, whether that you don't think that he's worth the contract that he got, after seeing these deals, you have to understand how amazing this deal is for the Raiders. So please, go show DC some love and spam DC4 down in the comments. Now let's keep on looking here in terms of the money the Raiders can save if Derek Carr is cut. So in 2023, if Carr's cut, the Raiders will save $29.25 million. The number you see in the parentheses is how much money they would save overall in the deal. So realistically, this is a 1-year contract for Carr if he doesn't play well. If he plays well, then you're more than happy to continue to pay him, right? But in 2023, if you cut him, you save $110.68 million. That's from over the cap. That's nuts. In 2024, okay, if you want to go ahead and cut him, you save 40.13, which then that means you save 81.43, the total of these two deals. Okay, let's say after 2024, you want to cut him in 2025. You save $41.3 million, you save $41.3 million. Here's what Pro Football Talk had to say on Carr's contract. Although there's no reason to think the Raiders will pull the plug on the deal after only one season, they can if they want, as long as Carr is healthy after the 2022 campaign. They can also escape after 2 seasons, with Carr owed $7.5 million for 2024, which is likely subject to offset, or they can cut the cord after 3 seasons. Regardless, the contract has some team-friendly aspects. If all 4 years are honored, Carr will make $35.525 million per year. So what I realistically think is the only way that the Raiders are going to give Carr that $35.52 is if he plays well. And if he doesn't play well, you can cut the cord, you can move on, and it doesn't hurt you whatsoever. Why? Because the guarantees aren't there. On top of that, Carr also has a no-trade clause, and the fact that Carr asked for that no-trade clause, I also think is very respectable. It was probably like, hey, if I'm going to take a team-friendly deal like I'm doing right now, I don't want you guys to trade me. He says that he's rather retire than play for another football team, and again, I was like, I don't know if I believe him. When I see this contract, I am starting to believe him more and more and more. But just because you have a no-trade clause doesn't mean that you can't get traded. Russell Wilson had a no-trade clause. Deshaun Watson had a no-trade clause. It simply means that the player would have to approve of the trade if they wanted to deal him. So it doesn't mean it's not impossible, but it's very, very unlikely. So all I want you guys to do is go on social media today, whether that be Twitter, whether that be Instagram, whether it's Facebook, I don't care where it is, and I want you to share this video because this is a very educational video that I want a lot of Raider fans to see. If you're a Derek Carr fan, you're going to love him even more. But I know there's a lot of people out there when they saw the number, 3 years, $121.5 million, $40.5 million a year, the Derek Carr haters, they couldn't stand it. I really, truly believe that every single person, whether you like Derek's play on the field or not, you have to respect this contract. You have to respect what Derek Carr did for the team. And you also have to respect that the Raiders, Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler, had the balls enough to go ahead and do this. Because if Derek doesn't work out, they can move on. No pain whatsoever. But also, if he plays well, you're more than okay paying him $35 million per year. So please, share this video. All I ask that you do is tag me at MitchellRents365. Derek Carr, you're a real one. Shout out to the nation, and I hope the nation shares this video because I know I appreciate what you did. You've done a lot for the Raiders Report, and hopefully we continue this thing going and bring home the 4th Lombardi to the silver and black.